and LT, Angel and LT, Angel and GT, Borns, and Character, Eagle, 5. Purveyor of Blacksmith, Citus, Salvage, or 5. That skill required and LT, DLT and GT, the pit. You initiated a vote. Vote to start the pit Artificer and Appos, S realm, type art. Character, Sap, Whispering, Elixir of Elixir. Character, Sap, Wisp, Elixir of Seething Opal. You can increase the potency of your healing potions by visiting the Alchemist. Koron and Appos, S Descent. The pit. Slay the pit guardian and Apo. Skeleton. You are all vigor. That skill is not ready.
Please do like, follow, and subscribe. And if you like to, leave a comment and a like.
That skill is not ready. Spider. Skeleton corpse bow.
I am running glass cannon today.
25%. Hatchling. That skill is not ready.
Glass cannon.
That skill is not ready. You are already at.
You get a taste, but I'm gonna run it for an hour.
Spider.
You'll for sure see how it builds up. It does not stack.
Vigor 62%.
Please do like, follow, and subscribe.
Vigor 0%.
Glass cannon.
Vigor 40. That skill is not ready. Barrier 99%. You are Vigor 1. Spider host. Rihanna reinforcement. Vigor 1. That skill is not ready. Vigor 100%. Hatchling. That skill is not ready. Vigor. Barrier 8. Vigor 7. Spider. Skeleton captain. That skill is not ready. Vigor 62%. Barrier 18%. Vigor 82%. That's Spider. Barrier 100. Hatchling. That skill is not ready. Vigor 100. Hatchling. Scorching Spider host. That skill is Blast wave. Scorch. That skill is not. Barrier 90. That skill is not ready. Skeleton corpse axe. Skeleton corpse. That skill is not ready. Vigor 97%. Vigor 100. That skill is not ready. Vigor 100%. Spider. Hatchling. Skeleton corpse axe. Vigor 1. Spider. Vigor 1. That skill is not ready. Vigor 20. Vigor 43. Vigor 60. Vigor 86%. Skeleton. That skill requires a charge to use. Barrier 27%. Koron and Appos, S demise. Bottom action but Koron and Appos, S descent. Bottom action button. Fiery and up. You are already at full life. Rihanna reinforced. That skill is Fiery Rotting Corpse Defend. Elite. Vigor 80. Life 74%. Rotting Corpse Defend. Rotting Corpse Defend. That skill is not Vigor. Putrid remains. Vigor. Putrid remains. Reaver. Vigor 3%. The Guardian await. Guardian and Appos, S lair. And LT. Find and GT. Jackie Alicious 60. 295. Vigor 88%. You are Vigor 1. That skill is not ready. Vigor Artificer. Chest armor. Vigor 87%. Barrier 16%. Quarters. Awaken. Warning. You character. Exploiter and Appos. S doom are. Close enemies are those who are in melee range. Distant enemies are those who are outside of. Saragar. Barrier 0%. And LT. Find and G. Ardenal. 60. 220. Blacksmith. Citus. Salvage. Blacksmith. And LT. Find and GT. Jackie. Select difficulty. And LT. DLT and GT. The pit. And LT. You initiated a vote. Vote to start the pit Artificer and Appos. S rep. Art. The pit. Bottom action button. Interact. Be sure to fill up your healing potion at the healer before leaving town. Koron and Appos. Mangy Hound. Artificer. And L. You are Mangy Hound. Rihanna reinforced. Mangy Hound. Vigor 100%. With Thundering, Bloodthirsty, that's Succub and LT, Angel and GT, Borns and LT, Angel and that's Flesh Thresher, Crusher, Mangy Hound, Vigor Mangy Hound, that skill is not ready. Black and Firewalker, Vigor 31%, that skill is not Barrier 7, Vigor 50, that skill is not ready. Re-up Mangy Hound, that skill is not ready. You are all Vigor 4%, Barrel, Black Mangy Hound, Minion, Mangy Hound, Black and Fire, Mangy Hound, that's Black and Terror. Vigor 0%. Black and Crusher. Vigor 40. That skill is not and LT. Find and that skill is and LT. Angel and GT. Black and Terror. Vigor 100%. Helper like it. You are like and 5 and LT. Angel and GT. That skill is not ready. Vigor 0%. Black and Fire. Vigor 40. Mangy Hound. And LT. Angel and GT. Born 60. That skill requires a char. Flesh Thresher. Vigor 50. That skill is. Succubus. Vigor 1. Vigor 100. Flesh. That skill is not ready. Vigor 31%. Koron and Apos. Estimise. Barrier 13%. Spiderling. That skill is not. Windy Spider Host. Elite. That's Spiderling. Vigor 100%. Spiderling. That skill is not. Spider. That Spiderling. Horror. That skill is not ready. Vigor 4%. Barrier 16%. Spiderling. Vigor 50. Vigor 85. Spider. Rihanna reinforced. Spider. That Spiderling. That skill is not Spider. Vigor 1. That skill is not ready. Horror Corpse Axe. That skill is not ready. That skill is not ready. Vigor 100. Vigor 0%. That skill is not ready. Barrier 16%. Vigor 21%. Helpeler Horror Captain. Horror Minion. Barrier 97%. That skill is not ready. Helpeler Horror Captain. Vigor 100. That skill is not ready. Vigor 31%. Barrier 0%.
There was a micro glass cannon stack there. The 10.7
You are already
trillion.
at full Spider. Barrier 26%.
99 stack right up.
You are all. That skill is not ready. Spiderling. Vigor 30. Spiderling. That skill is not ready. Spiderling. Vigor 31%. Barrier 15%. The Guardian awaits you. Vigor 52%. That skill and LT. Angel and G. That skill requires Bramble. Slay the Guardian. Vigor 81%. That skill is not ready. Vigor Rihanna reinforced. That skill is not ready. Vigor 100%. You are. That skill is not ready. Vigor 51%. Barrier 0%. Barrier 95%. Awakened Glyphstone. Barrier 9%. Warning. Character Menacing Deathling and Apos. The dazed status effect prevents enemies from attacking or using skills for a short duration. Saragar. Barrier 0%. Ardnal. 5. Gray 60. 200. Blacksmith. Sidus. Salvage. Ola and LT. Find and GT. 5. Purveyor of Curiosities. Unable to sell items to this.
Some are bringable to spend.
Lucky ring purchased. 1,300. Blacksmith. Sidus. 5. Purveyor of Curiosities. Unable to sell Ring of Writhing Moon purchased. 100 Murmuring Ogles. Finger Wreath of the Expectant. Stat. Item. Blacksmith. Sidus. Salvage. You have no item. Blacksmith. 5. Purveyor of Curiosities. Unable to sell items to this vendor. Officer Embrace purchased. 0. Blacksmith. Sidus. Salvage. 5.
Alright.
Ardnal. And LT.
Please do
Delta
like,
GT,
follow,
Delta
and
60,
subscribe.
238.
Glass cannon.
The pit. You initiated a vote. Vote to start the pit. Artificer and LT, MK and GT, Barrock 60, 260. The pit. Button action button. Interact. Necromancers have various ways to drop blood orbs, which heal them and their minions instantly when picked up from Koron and Apos, S Descent. Art, Quartermaster, Weak, Bloated, you are all, Vigor, that skill is not ready. Bear, and LT, that skill is not ready. Vigor 100, Bloated Corpse Event, Champion. Vigor 100%.
Do you not just stack there?
Vigor 100%. That skill
A
is
glass
not ready.
cannon
Vigor
attribute.
100%. Help to revive Born. Bottom action button. Barrier 0%. Quartermaster. You are already at full life. That's Brianna reinforcement. Big Skulker. That Reaver.
There it is, the micro glass cannon.
MK and GT. Skulker. Vigor 62.
Kind of rolls as if they're stacking the hits.
MK and GT. And LT. MK and LT. MK and
That's what I'm
GT.
going
Barrock
for.
60. 200. That skill is not ready.
All the way up
That
to
skill
8
is
of them
not
stack
ready.
up.
And LT. MK and Bloated Corpse Event. Vigor 1.
Glass
That skill
cannon.
is not ready. Vigor 60. Shambling Corpse.
Alright, when I see, I'll let y'all know.
That skill is not ready. Vigor 66.
Please do like, follow,
Shambling
and
Corpse.
subscribe.
93%. Bloated Corpse
And
Event.
if you please do, leave a
Shambling
comment
Corpse. That's
and
Shambling
a
Corpse.
like.
Vigor 100%. That skill is not ready. Vigor 31%. Bloated and LT, MK and GT, Barrock 60, 263. Barrier 18%. Vigor barrier. That's the Quartermaster. Brianna reinforcement. That skill is not ready. Skulker, minion. Vigor 100. That skill is not ready. Vigor 4%. Channeling Shrine. That skill requires a charge to use. Shambling. That skill is not ready. Vigor. Shamble. That skill is not ready. Vigor 6. That skill is not ready.
There it is,
Vigor
just stacked
4%.
right on up in
Quran and
here.
Appos. S demise.
So I was looking
Barrier
for
17%. Quran and Appos.
a
S descent.
last
Bottom
combo.
action button. Interact.
Glass Kent.
Soul shot. You are already at full life. Nangari Seer. Fallon Lunatic. You have died. You will lose 11% equipment durability when you revive at checkpoint. Vigor 100%. Character, Sem, Wisp, and Elixir of Scroll Elixir. Fallon. The Guardian. That skill requires a charge to use. Slay the Guardian. That skill requires a charge to use. That skill requires a charge to Guardian and Appos. S lair. Bottom action button. That skill Awaken Flipstone. Bottom action button. Vigor 31%. Vigor 62%. Warning. You character, Tormentor and Unrelenting Jaguar. Saragar. Barrier 0%. That's Ardenal. Heal. Bottom action, character, Tormentor, and outside, Blacksmith, Sidus. Salvage. 5. Purveyor of Cure, and LT, MK and GT. The Pit. The Pit. You initiated a vote. Vote to start the Pit Artificer and Appos, S Realm, Tier 125. Enabled. Enabled. Artificer and Appos, S Realm activate. You cannot do that in this area. Overpowered attacks deal bonus damage to enemies based on the sum of your current life and fortified life. Koran and Appos, S Descent. Artificer and Appos, Nangari Light Color. That skill is not ready. Dreadful Nangari Vile Oversee, Vile 1, and LT, Angel and GT, and LT. That skill is not ready. Vigor 1, Dreadful, Vile 1, Nangari's.
There it is, the glass cannon.
Angel and GT, and LT,
A perfect reference to what I'm going for. It's 11 trillion there.
Vile Lunatic.
I'll roll right on in.
That skill is barrier 15%.
Glass cannon.
Find and GT. That skill is not ready.
Thanks, ladies and gentlemen.
And LT, find and GT, Jack Nangar, you are all that skill is not ready.
Enjoy the
And
rest
LT,
of the clip.
MK and G, that skill is not ready. That skill is not, you are all, Vigor, that skill is not,
Please do
Overseer.
like, follow,
That skill
and
is not ready.
subscribe.
Vigor, that
Please
skill,
do
Nangari Light Color.
leave
Vigor
a like
31%.
and a
Vile
comment.
Lunatic. Barrier, Vile Lunatic. Vigor, Nangari's,
Thanks, y'all.
Vile Overseer. Nangari Slicer. That skill is not ready. That skill is not ready. Vigor, that skill is not ready. That skill is not ready. That skill is not ready. Vigor 100%. Vigor, that skill is not ready. Vigor 62%. And LT, MK and GT, Barok 60, 263. Vigor 83%. Nangar, Vile 1, Nangari, Vile 1. And LT, that skill is Nangari Brightskin, Nangari Slitherer, Minion. Vigor 1, that skill is not ready. Vigor 100%. That skill is not ready. Vigor 100. Barrier 16%. That skill requires a charge. Artillery Shrine. Bottom action button. Interact. Koran and Appos. S demise. Koran and Appos. S descent. That skill requires a charge to use. And Ice and Blood URL and LT MK and G and LT MK and G. That skill is Ice Clan Impaler. Vigor. That skill is not ready. Vigor 1. That skill is not ready. Vigor 35%. Ghoul. Barrier, Blood Magus. Vigor 56%. Blood, Channeling Shrine. Bottom action button. Interact. That skill requires a charge to use. That skill requires a charge to use. And LT, Find and GT, Jackie, and LT, Ghoul. You are all, Vigor 80, that skill is not ready. Ice Clan Marauder, that skill is not ready. Vigor 93%. Barrier, 13%. Blood Magus. Barrier, 90, that skill is not ready. That skill is not Brianna Reinforcement. Vigor 88%, that skill requires a charge to use. Barrier, 16%. Ice Clan Impaler, you are all, Guardian and, that skill is not ready. Vigor 31%. That skill requires the Guardian and Appos, and Mother and Appo, and out, that skill is not ready. Vigor, that skill is not ready. Brianna Reinforcement. Awakened Glipstone. Vigor 4%. Vigor 25. Vigor 47%. Top barrier 7%. Glove. Oh, pants. Ring. Pan. Glade. Away. Up. Upgrade. Up. Warning. You have unspent and LT, Find and GT, Jackie Alicious 60, 295. Key passives are the final unlock in the skill tree, providing powerful effects that can greatly. Saragar. Barrier, 0%. That Ardenal, and LT, 5, and LT, DLT and G. Side, Blacksmith, Sidus. Salvage. All items, Blacksmith, Sidus. Item repaired. 5, and LT, and Art, and Corman. Alchemist, Corman. Alchemist, Corman. Craft elixirs. Elixir of resourcefulness E. Craft. Elixir of resourcefulness E. Craft. Elixir of resourcefulness E. Elixir of fortitude. Elixir of fortitude E. Magic elixir. Craft. Elixir of fortitude. Craft. Elixir of fortitude E. And LT, MK, and The Pit. You initiated a vote. Vote to start the Pit Artificer, and LT, SK, and LT, Find and GT, Jackie Alicious 60, 295. And LT, Find and GT, and LT, SKTN and GT, Kalathi 60, 280. Portal at The Pit. And LT, SKTN and GT, Art, The Pit. Bottom action button. Interact. Barbarians have various ways to become berserk, which grants increased damage and movement speed. Koron and Apos, Snow, Artificer, that skill requires Succubus, you are all Vigor, Mangy Hound, Flesh Thresher, Vigor, Black and Terror, Succubus. That skill is, that's, and Vilefend. Vigor 100%, Snowy Crusher, Elite. Bear and LT, Find and GT, Jackie Alicious 60, 2, Succubus, that skill is not ready, Flesh Thresher, that Black and Firewalker. Vigor 1, that Black and Terror. Vigor 81%. Barrier 15%. Flesh Thresher, Mangy Hound. That skill is not ready. Vigor 100, Black and Terror. You are, that's Rihanna Reinforcement. Vigor Oppressor. Vigor 100, that skill is not Succubus. That skill is not ready. Vigor 31%, that skill is not ready. Vigor 52%. Succubus. Flesh, you are up. Vigor, that skill is not ready. Black and Terror. Vigor 1, that skill is not Rihanna Succubus. Vigor 100%, barrier 15%. And LT, Black and Terror. Barrier 100, that skill is not ready. Vigor 1, that skill is not ready. Vigor 50, Koron and Apos, Demise. Barrier 15%. And LT, MK, Putrid, you are already at full life. That skill is not, and Putrid remains. Vigor 30, that skill is Putrid remains. Vigor 0%, that skill is not ready. Vigor 31%. And LT, MK and GT, Barrock 60, 263. Vigor 72%. That skill is not ready. Vigor 100%. That first mate, and LT, MK and GT, Rihanna Reinforcement. First mate. Vigor 22, and LT, MK and GT, Barrock 60, 206. That skill is not barrier. Vigor 100. Putrid remain. Guardian and Apos, S-Lair. Barrier 0%. The Guardian and Apos, S-Lair. Vigor, that skill is not ready. Slay the guard. Master, that skill. Pants. Vigor 90. Mastery chest. Barrier 13%. Awaken. Warning. Character. Nightburn Signet of the Expectant. Necromancers have the ability to see and interact with corpses. Kill enemies to spawn their. Saragar. Barrier 0%. Nightburn Signet of the Expectant. Doom Armor of Ria and LT, Angel and GT, Born 6 and LT, Find and G 3 Billy, Bony, Menace, Woot, Night, Doom. Stats, Blacksmith, Sidus. South Blacksmith. And LT, MK, Portal Activator. The Pit. You initiated a vote. Vote to start the Pit Artificer and Apos, S-Realm, Tier 125, The Pit. And LT, MK and GT, Barrock 60. The Barbarian carries an entire arsenal consisting of 4 weapons with them at all times. Which weapon you use for a skill can be Koron and Apos, Black. You are all Vigor 100%. Storm Ward. And LT, MK and GT. Marksman. Linden, Marksman. Marksman. Linden, that skill is not ready. Vigor 100. Vigor, that skill is not ready. Vigor 6, Vigor 99, that skill is Volkodlak, that skill is not ready. Vigor 6, that skill is not ready. Vigor 46%. Throat Slitter. Barrier, not Bone Snapper. Rihanna Rian, Thundering, Bone Snapper. That skill is not Bone Snap, Throat Slitter. That skill is not, that's Ball Codlac. Vigor 31%. Barrier, that skill is not ready. Vigor 100, Ball Codlac. Vigor, Prowler. That skill, Prowler, Scrap, Bone Snapper, Prowler. Throats, Bone Snap, that skill is not ready. Scrap, Bone Snapper, Scrapper. That skill is, Ball, Rihanna Reinforce, and out, that skill is not ready. Vigor 0%, Ball Codlac, Vigor 100%, that skill is not ready. Vigor, that skill is not ready. Vigor 6%, Storm War, and LT, MK and GT, Prowler. Vigor 91, Storm War, that skill is not ready. Vigor 1, Storm War, Marksman, Storm War, Marksman. Vigor 81%. Scrapper. Vigor, that skill is not ready. Scrapper. Scrap, Ball Codlac. Vigor 100%. Vigor 1, Bone Snap, Ball Codlac. Vigor 49, that skill is not ready. Nightmare Bone Snapper. You are Bones, that skill is not ready. Marks, Blackguard. That skill is not ready. You are already at full life. Barrier, 0%. Coron and Apo. You are all, that skill is not ready. Barrier, Vigor 100%. Nightblade. Vigor 100%. Nangari, that's Nangari Sense, Cars, and out, Nangari Sense Scale, Tainted Nangari Tainted, that skill is Nangari Sense, Nangari Sense Scale, that skill is not ready. Terror Stalker. Vigor,
Alright, GG's, man. Congratulations on the 1,000 trillion, man.
Vigor 3rd and out, you are already at Terror Stalker. Nightblade.
I should still be on, yo.
Not ready. Nangari Sense Scale.
Oh, nice, man. I'm running glass cannon right now, man. Fuck.
That skill is not ready.
Finally started working itself out.
That skill is not ready. That skill is not ready. And LT, MK and GT, Baroque 60. And LT, that skill is
it's using the cue volley. When you attack, it kind of just rolls with the attacks. They all stack up on each other. And it looks as if the glass cannon. It's actually pretty cool. What I take from it. Where the cue volley, it stacks. Like when I cue volley, it like kind of like use the stacks, and they all stack up. And when you attack, it kind of repeats attack, right? Give off a glass cannon effect.
Vigor 0%. Terror Stalker.
Yeah, I should still be on, man. I don't know how long you're gonna be, but I should be on for the next couple hours for sure. I feel as if I could be.
Guardian and Appos, S-Lair. Bottom action button. Vigor 53%. And LT, the Guardian and Appos, Seething Hive Mister. Vigor, you are off barrier, 100, Rihanna reinforcement. Vigor 100, that skill is
I like running a 125 away. It's nice and easy, kind of goes by easily, right?
Boots, awake quarters. And LT, character, woven core, warning. All legendary powers are recorded in the Codex of Power. To upgrade a power,
I've yet to make it to 150.
0%. Reward and LT, Angel and GT. Character, Bone 5. Purveyor of Curie, Blacksmith, Sidus. Salvage. And Blacksmith. 5. Purveyor, Cardinal. Heal. And LT, and LT, MK and GT.
Are you gonna jump off, or are you gonna...
Taking and LT, right shoulder button. Inspect, overview, favorited item. Adventurer and Appos, S Helm of Apprehension. And portal, the pit. To heat the pit. You initiated a vote. Vote to start the pit. Artificer and Appos, the pit. Bottom action button. Interact. And LT, MK and GT, Baroque 60, Mystic Circles, Pestilent Swarms, and Storm Feathers are among several of the sub-powers that the Spiritborn can call on during battle. Coron and Appos, and LT, Artificer and Appos, S-Realm active. Terror, you are all forest back. Vigor 100%, Vigor 100%, Terror Stalker. Vigor, Terror Stalker, Minion. Blood Clan, that skill, Blood Clan Mauler. Vigor 100, that skill is Crit Magus. Vigor 4%. Blood Clan Marauder. Barrier, Vigor 25%. Terror Stalker. Terror, Night, Blood Clan, Nightblade. You are already at full life. Vigor 61%, Vigor 92, Rihanna Reinforcement. Vigor, that skill is not ready. Blood Clan Muller. Vigor 0%. And LT, Angel and GT, Blood Clan, that skill is not ready. Vigor 100%, that skill is not ready. Terror Stop Nightblade, that skill is not ready. Vigor 50, Vigor 7, Barrier 16%. Koron and Appos, and L, Light, Bloodlet, Calcular Outlaw, Elite. Vigor out, Triune Worship, Triune, and LT, MK and G, that's Triune Worshipper. Vigor 31%. Barrier 0%. Vigor, that skill is not ready. Triune Admonisher. Vigor 40, that skill is Triune and LT, Triune Worship, Plague of Error. Vigor 100%. Triune Worshipper, Minion, Plague of Error, Triune Worshipper. Vigor 62%. Vigor, that skill is not ready. Vigor, that skill is not ready. Vigor 4%. Bloodlitter, Clifflurker, Vigor, Clifflurker, Triune Admonisher. Vigor, Triune, that skill is not ready. Rihanna Reinforcement. Vigor 85%. Last Wave Shrine. Bottom Action Button. Barrier 15%. And Triune, Plague of Error. You are all Plague of, that skill is not ready. Vigor 100%. Triune Outlaw. Vigor Bloodlitter. Vigor 100%. Bloodlitter. Vigor Bloodlitter. Triune Demon, Plague of Error. Vigor 100. Triune Bloodlitter. That skill is not ready. Bloodlitter. That skill is not ready. Out. Vigor 100%. Plague of Error. Vigor 1. Triune Admonic. That's Plague of Error. Vigor 1. You are. That skill is not ready. Vigor 31. That skill is not ready. Vigor 31%. You are very. That skill is not ready. Vigor 0%. Clifflurker. Vigor 40 and LT. Triune Worshipper. Triune Admonisher. Triune Grave Outlaw Elite. Shattering Outlaw Elite. That skill is not ready. Vigor 68. Triune Admonisher. Barrier.
This one's my main character. I do have other characters though. I don't really get into Diablo 4 at first, but I'm now more into it.
Vigor Light Hand, Plague, Clifflurker, and LT, Plague of Error. Vigor that skill, Plague of Error.
Cool. Yeah, I got several different characters from the actual new seasons and whatnot. It really didn't catch on with me until the Spiritborn thing came around.
Vigor 31%. Burning Outlaw. Barrier, that skill is not ready. Rihanna Reinforce, that skill, Outlaw. Vigor Outlaw. Vigor 4, that skill is not ready. Vigor 84, and LT, MK and GT. Barrock 60, 263. Barrier 0, that's Barrier.
I'm pretty sure there's another season coming up for January 21st or something, they said, so.
100%, that skill is not ready. Vigor 1, Vigor Awakened Grip Gloves. Vigor 6, Barrier 17%.
I'm for sure gonna give it another go, for sure. I'm gonna put in a good effort.
The dazed status effect prevents enemies from attacking or using skills for a short duration.
Yeah, for sure.
Barrier 0%. The Guardian and Appos, S-Lair. Nico 60, 296. Character, and LT. Starlight Dominion Chain. Ancestral Legend, Frostburn. Ritual Quarterstaff of Potent Exchange. Ancestral Archive 5 and LT. Find and GT. Blacksmith, Sidus. Salve. And LT.
I was thinking about using a sorcerer to see what's available for the next one.
Activate You initiated a vote. Vote to start the pit Artificer and Appos, S and L Artificer and Appos, and LT, MK and GT, Barrock 60, 206. The state of Sanctuary is based on the party leader and Appos, S progress.
Barb is probably one of my favorites, but
Koron and Appos, S and Slicer. Scorcher.
Cool.
Barrier, 80, Mangy, Palmyra Goldrick, and LT. That's Scorcher. That skill is not ready. Scorch, Marauder. Vigor 31, Burnett, and LT. Mangy Hound. Lycan, and LT. Lycan Terror, Mangy Hound. Vigor 40%, Vigor 60, Vigor 80%. That skill, Arsonist, Lycan Firewalker, Arsonist.
I thought this was gonna be the last season.
Vigor Arsonist.
I thought this was gonna be the last season.
Lycan Arsonist, and Firebrand.
Well, you're running Spiritborn, right?
Vigor Scorcher, Lycan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm doing Glass Cannon.
Vigor, that skill is not ready. Vigor 100%. Soul Shot. Vulnerable. Mangy Hound. Barrier. You are all. That skill is not ready. Vigor 31%. And LT. Angel and GT. Born 60. 283.
Yeah, I put a lot of effort into this build, so I'm just gonna
31,
keep
vigor
a glass
70%.
cannon.
Slicer, minion. That's the Leon Slicer. Vigor 42, Vigor 62, Mangy Hound, Lycan Firewalker. Barrett, Vigor 1, and LT, MK and GT. That skill is
No,
not
I
ready.
have yet to clear
Vigor
150.
4%. Lycan Mangy Hound, you have died. You will lose 11% equipment durability when you revive at checkpoint. And LT, MK and character, Whispering Key, Elixir of Resource, Scroll, Elixir of Fortitude, Malignant Heart. Character, Sam, Scroll of, Seething Opal, Protection Shrine. Bottom action button. Interact, Koron and Apos, S demise. Koron and Apos, S descent. Bottom action button. Interact, Terror and LT, and you are all, that skill is not Rihanna reinforcement. Vigor, Terror Stalker. Vigor 35, Vigor 56, Vigor Barrier, Vigor 99%. Terror Stalk, Crit, you are all, Vigor, that's, Crit Magus. That skill is not ready. Vigor 31%. Guardian and Apos, S lair. Barrier, 15%. The Guardian and and Resurrected Malice, you are all, Vigor, that skill is not, Rihanna reinforcement. Vigor 100, you are all, Vigor 100%. Awakened Glivestone. Vigor 81%, Barrier, 0%. Awake, ring, at ring, glove, awake, check ring,
I'm gonna stick with
Awakened, warning. You have
glass cannon when it comes to the Spiritborn.
Barrock 60, 200, barbarians have various ways to become berserk, which grants
Yeah,
increased
put together
damage
another
and movements.
character. Do mystical
Saragar, the Guardian and Apos,
mystical rings.
and LT, find an Ardenal, 5. Purveyor of Curiosity,
Oh
Blacksmith, Sidus,
wow.
and a character, Rapid Innovation Circle, Ancestral Legendary Ring, 800 item power,
Cool.
plus 12.5, Blacksmith, Sidus, Salvage, Blacksmith, Sidus, item repaired, 5, that skill requires a charge, and LT, and LT, MK and GT.
I'm about to
Portal of the
level
Pit.
up again.
You initiated a vote. Vote to start the Pit Artificer and Apo, the Pit. Action
But
button.
could be,
Interact.
it could very well be this
Necromancers
round.
have various ways to drop blood orbs, which heal them and their minions instantly when picked up from the ground.
295 right now.
Koron and Apos, and LT, Artificer and Apos, Fire, Mother and that skill is not ready, Vigor 100%. Paragon 290, Vigor 100%, Vigor 1, that's Mother and Apos, S Herald. Vigor 100, that skill is not ready. Vigor 25%, Mother and Apos, S Disciple. Barrier,
Nice.
Mother and Marauder. Vigor 1, Mother and Apo, Vigor 4, that skill is not ready. And LT, Angel and Firebrand. You are already at full life. Vigor, that skill, Rihanna reinforcement. Vigor 0, that skill is not ready.
I've got a bunch of weapons that are.
And LT, MK and GT, Barrock 60, 260, and LT, and Firebrand. You are all ready. That skill is not Rihanna reinforcement. Vigor 3%, that skill is not ready. And LT, that skill is not ready.
Does it have a perfect roll?
Barrier, 19%. Arson, you are already at full life. Vigor
Oh, that's
100%,
nice.
Mother and Apo, that skill is not ready. Vigor 7, Vigor 100%.
I need gold.
Koron and Apos, S demise. Bottom action button. Koron and Apos, Shambling Corpse. You are all, Vigor 100%, Rihanna reinforcement. Vigor 21, Vigor 41, and LT, MK and GT, Barrock, that's Vigor and LT, MK and GT, Shambling Corpse, that, Vigor, Bloated Corpse Event, that skill is not ready. Vigor 1, Raider, that, Shambling, Skulker. Vigor,
Okay.
Corpse Event. Vigor 100, Shambling Corpse. Skulker. Vigor, Rihanna reinforcement, Barrier, Quartermaster. Whirling Sparkle, Elite. That skill is not Artillery Shrine. Bottom action button. Barrier, Vigor 100, that skill
Oh,
is not
you
ready.
like to play Hordes?
That skill
Hordes
is not
isn't even all that
LT,
bad, man.
Shambling Corpse, that, and LT, MK and GT, Barrock 60, 260.
Get materials,
Vigor
able to level up your
99%.
stuff.
That skill is not ready.
It's convenient.
Vigor 30, Barrier, Rihanna reinforced, Skulker, Minion, Raider, that skill, warning. Barrier, that skill is not ready.
Wow.
Vigor Shambling Corpse.
That's
Barrier,
alright.
0%. Reaver. Bloated Corpse. That skill requires a charge to you. Skulker. Reaver. Skulker. Vic Reaver. Raider. That skill is not ready. Bloated Corpse Event. Vigor 1. That skill is Bloated Corpse Event. That skill, Rihanna reinforcement. You are Vigor. That skill is not ready. Vigor 60%.
I just
Easy. Oof.
I don't want to go down like a rock. That's
The Guardian awaits you. Slay the Guardian. Barrier, 29% Vigor.
something like
100%.
I haven't really figured out how to
MK and
establish
GT,
my
and
build so it
LT,
doesn't
Seething
like.
Hightmister. Rihanna, that
Just
skill
go
is
down
not
really
ready.
quickly.
Vigor 100%. That skill. Vigor
Sometimes I'll
100.
be
That skill.
playing.
Mastery chest. Vigor 35%. There. Awakened glitstone. Vigor 0%. Upgrade.
Still kind of working on my build.
Upgrade.
It makes it sound new or anything.
Upgrade attempts. And LT, MK and GT. Barok 60. Resolve is an important part of a spirit born in Apos. S defense. Increasing damage. Saragar. Barrier 0%. And LT. Find
Alright,
and
I gotta get
GT.
this
Jackie
Paragon
Malicious. Select
spent.
difficulty. Bottom action button. Blacksmith. Sidus. Salvage. Blacksmith. Character. And LT. MK and G. Tahiti's. And LT. MK and LT. Cardinal. Bottom action button accept left action. Artificer and take and LT. The pit. Bottom action button. Interact. Skills can trigger lucky hit effects. If a skill has a lucky hit chance of 50% and an effect of 20, Koron and Apos, and LT, and Artifice Carver. That you are already at full life. Carver and LT, Rihanna reinforcement. Barrier, 97, world boss spawning soon in the head. Carver, Nangari rupturer. Carver. That's Vigor. That skill is not ready. That skill is not ready. Carver overseer. Vigor 1. That skill is not ready. Vigor 31%. Barrel. Barrier 11%. And LT. Angel and GT. Born 60. You are. That skill is not ready. Carver. Nangari Rattlejaw. Nangari Rattlejaw. Nangari Rattlejaw. Chisak Storm. Nangari Seer. Nangari Rattlejaw. That skill is not. Vigor 100. Vigor. Nangari Rattlejaw. Chisak Storm Killer. That skill is not ready. Vigor 89. Barrier 0%. Nangari Seer. That skill is not ready. Vigor 31%. Barrier 19%. Tainted Carver. Nangari Carver Lunatic. Vigor 35%. Nangari and Nangari Rupturer. That skill is not ready. Vigor 1. Vigor 0. That skill is not ready. Vigor Carver. Barrier. Vigor 51%. Vigor 8. Carver. Barrier. Vigor 100. Vigor 100%. Carver Overseer. Carver Lunatic. Vigor 40%. Vigor 60%. Carver Lunatic. Vigor Nangari Sand Scale. Vigor 100. That's Nangari Rattlejaw. Barrier. Nangari Sand Scale. Minion. Nangari Sand Scale. Minion. Rihanna Reed. That's Nangari.
Oh, this one must have showed up.
Vigor 100. Shattering Nangari Seer. Bloodthirsty Nang. That skill is not ready. Vigor 4%. Carver Shaman. Champion. That skill is not ready. Vigor 4%. That skill is not ready. Vigor 60. That skill requires a charge to use. Vigor 88%. Koron and Apo. Light. That skill is not ready. Bloodlitter. Vigor 0%. Bulk. That skill is not. Volkoglak. Burning Volkoglak. Elite. Rihanna reinforcement. Vigor 100%. Volkoglak. Vigor 100%. That skill is not. Storm Ward. That skill is not ready. Vigor. That skill is not ready. Vigor 100%. Storm Ward. Barrier 5%. That skill is not ready. Vigor. That skill is not ready. Vigor 0%. Blight, Volkoglak, and LT, Angel and GT, Born 60, 200 and Shocking Outlaw, Storm War, and LT, Angel and GT, Born 6, that skill is not ready. Vigor 56, that's Plague Bearer. Vigor 100, Vigor 0, Bloodlitter. Light Hand, that skill is not ready. Vigor, that skill is not ready. Vigor 20, Vigor 45, Prowler, that skill is not ready. Vigor 100, Light Hand, Vigor 1, Light, Volkoglak. Vigor 1, Vigor 4%. Barrier, Vigor 25%. Light Hand, and LT, Rihanna reinforcement. Barrier, Vigor 100, that skill is not ready. Vigor 100%. That skill is not ready. Randolph Spark, Prowler. Volkog, Storm Ward. Vigor 100, Randolph Spark Spawn, Storm Ward. That skill is not ready. Cliff Lurker. That skill is not ready. Rihanna reinforcement. Vigor, that skill is not ready. Vigor 1, Storm Ward. Vigor, that skill is not ready. Vigor 85%. Volkoglak. Prowler, that skill is not ready. Prowler. Vigor 100, Volkoglak, Bloodlitter. Volkoglak. Vigor, the Guardian and Apos, S-Lair. Bottom action button. Barrier, 9%. The Guardian and Chief Marauder. And LT, that skill is not ready. Vigor 100, and LT, MK and GT, Barok 60, that skill is not ready. Vigor 1, Vigor 5, that skill is not ready. Vigor 0%, barrier 0%. The awake town. Vigor 40%. Ring awaken, warning. You have unspent glyph upgrade attempts. It will be lost if this dungeon closes.
Hey, Jake Licious.
And LT, MK and GT, Barrock 60, 264. Ancestral, the highest item quality, can only be found in Torment difficulties. Saragar, Nico 60, Nico 6 and LT, MK and World Boss spawning soon in Fractured P and LT, Find and G, Side, Blacksmith, Sidus. Salvage, all items. Blacksmith, and LT, 5. And LT, select difficult Nico 60, 296.
Can you hear me, Jake Licious?
Artificer and Appos, S obelisk. The pit. Activate art. You initiated a vote. Vote to start the pit. Artificer and Appos, S realm, tier 120.
Honestly, I didn't mean to sound so fucking new.
The barbarian carries an entire arsenal consisting of 4 weapons with them at all times. Which weapon you use? Koran and Appos, and LT, Artificer and Appos, Marauder, Master at, that skill is not, Rihanna reinforcement. Light Knight, that skill is not, World Boss spawning, Master at Arms, Scorching Shore Ellerker, World Boss spawning, that, Vigor 1, Marauder, Helper Master at Arms, Elite. Scorching, that, Barrier, 93%. Shore Ellerker, Shore Ellerker, Marauder, Adherent, that skill is not ready. Vigor Barrier, 5%. And LT, Find and GT, Jackie Alicious 60, 295. Vile of Blood, Shore Ellerker. Vigor 8, that skill, Rihanna, Shore Ellerker. Vigor 40, Vigor 62, Vigor 83, Adherent. Barrier, Vigor, Vile of Blood, Master at Arm, Adherent, that skill is, Vigor, Vigor 100%. Knight Penitent, Minion. Blood, Knight Penitent, Adherent, that skill is not ready. Knight Penitent. Vigor 100, that skill is not ready. That skill is not ready. Vigor 30, that skill is not ready. Rihanna reinforcement, Knight Adherent. Vigor 40%, Marauder. Barrier, that skill is not ready. Vigor, Knight Penitent. Vigor 100, Vigor 100%. Knight Penitent, you are already at Vigor 100%. That skill is not Knight Penitent. That skill is not ready. Inquisitor. That skill is not ready. Vigor, Barrier, 1%. That skill is not ready. Vigor 100, that skill is not ready. That skill is not ready. Marauder. Vigor, that skill is Adherent. Knight Penitent. That skill is not ready. Vigor 31%. Master, that skill is not ready. Vigor 100, Vigor 0%. Adherent. Vigor, Shocking Knight Penitent. Vigor 100, that skill, Adherent. Inquisitor, Thundering, that's Knight Penitent. Barrier, 70%. Vile, Channeling Shock, that skill is not ready. Master at Arms. That skill is not ready. Vigor 31%. Vile Blood. Vigor, Vile Blood. Inquisitor, that skill is not. Shore Ellerker, Marauder. That's Knight Penitent, Shore Ellerker. Adherent, that skill is not ready. Vigor, Knight Penitent. Vigor 38%. Barrier, 7%. Vigor, Barrier, 1. Shore Ellerker, Blocking Master at Arms, Elite. Knight Adherent. Vigor 100, Vigor 100, that skill is not ready. Vigor 31%. Barrier, 18%. Koran and Appos, S Demai. Koran and Appos, S Descent. Bottom action button. Scored. You are all ready. Vigor, that skill is not ready. Vigor 1, Vigor 100, Fallon Overseer. Rihanna reinforcement, Nangar, Fallon, Minion, Scorch, Fallon. That skill is not ready. Fallon. That skill is not ready. Fallon, and LT, Storm, Scorching Fallon Overseer, Elite. Vigor 44%. Nangari Sense, that skill is not ready. Fallon Shaman. Vigor 60.
Hey, Jake Licious, can you hear me?
Nangari Sense, that's Nangari Seer, Nangari, and LT, that skill is not ready. Vigor 35%, Barrier, 9%, and LT, Find and Nangari Sense, that skill is not ready.
Alright.
Vigor 0%. Fallon Shaman, Burning Fallon Shaman, you have died. You will lose 11% equipment durability when you revive at checkpoint. Vigor 100%.
I was trying to tell you that I didn't mean to sound so fucking new, but I finally got the build kind of the way I want it, so.
Already at full life. Nangari Sand Scale. Nangari, that skill is not. Nangari, Fallon over, Rihanna reinforcement. Vigor, Nangari Sand Scale. Vigor 25,
Cool.
Vigor 47, Vigor 67, Barrier, 7%. Nangari Rattlejaw. You are all, that skill is not ready. Vigor 49, Vigor 70, Vigor 92%, Barrier, 18%. Nangari, you are already at full, that skill is not ready. Rihanna reinforcement. Vigor 60, Vigor 80, Barrier, 17%. Right action button. To climb down, right action button. To climb up. You are all Nangari Rupturer. Nangari Seer. Fallon Overseer. Vigor 31%. Nangari Seer. That skill is not. Rihanna Reinforcement. Barrier. Vigor 100. That skill is not ready. Vigor. That skill is
Please
not ready.
do
Vigor
like,
100%.
follow,
Barrier,
and
18%.
subscribe.
That skill is not ready. Vigor
And if you
100.
choose
Vigor,
to,
Nangari,
leave a like
Nangari
and a
Rattlejaw.
comment.
Nangari Sand Scale. Nangari Rattlejaw. That skill is not ready. Slay the Guardian and
I don't know
Appos.
if any of
Slayer.
you've
Barrier,
observed
10 and LT. Find and GT. Jackie Alicious 60.
the glass
295.
cannon, but
Vigor 7.
it
Rihanna
has most
Reinforcement.
definitely
Vigor
been a
100.
part
Vigor
of this
100. That Artificer. Master.
detail.
That skill is green. Vigor 4%. Barrier.
Well, this has to
0%.
stack up
Quarters. You amulet.
on top of each other.
Amulet. Awaken. Warning. You have unspent
Glass
upgrade
cannon
attempts.
effect.
Ancestral, the highest item quality, can only be found in Torment difficulties. Saragar, the Guardian
Please
and
do
Appos,
like,
Slayer.
follow,
Nico
and
60,
subscribe.
Boss spawning, R5.
Be pleased
Purveyor of
to
Curios, Sidus, Blacksmith,
leave a like and a
Sidus.
comment.
Salvage, Rare. All items, Blacksmith, Sidus. Repair, item
Glass
repair.
cannon.
Abilities. Sem. Magic. And that skill and LT, find and GT, the pit. You initiated a vote. Vote to start the pit Artificer and Apo, the pit. Bottom action button. Interact. Party Finder helps you easily connect with allies to take on challenges together. Quickly list or search for Koran and Apos, and LT, Outlaw, Mother and you are already, Vigor 73, Scorching Mother and Apo, Rion, that Outlaw. Vigor 80, World Boss spawning soon in the Hantu. Vigor, Shivering Mother and App, that skill is Mother and Appos, S Disciple. Vigor 100%. You are already at Vigor 100, Mother and Appos, S, that skill is not ready. Vigor 30, Vigor 6, that skill is Cliff Lurker. Vigor, that skill is not ready. Vigor 60, Vigor 90, that skill is not ready. Barrier, 12%. Cliff Lurker. Mother and Appos, you are Vigor 6, that skill is not ready. Mother and Appos, that skill is Mother and Appos, S chose, that skill is not, Mother and Appos, S Disciple, that skill is not ready. Vigor 0, Vigor 40, that skill is not ready. Outlaw, Plate, Dreadful Mother and Appos, that skill is Sparking Mother and Appos, S Herald, Mother and Appos, S Chosen, that skill is not ready. Vigor 38, Vigor 15, Mother and Appos, Mother and Appos, S, that skill is not ready. Vigor, that skill is not ready. Vigor 100%, Mother and Appos, Light Hand, Vigor 100%, Vigor 100, Bloodlitter, that skill is not ready. Vigor 31%, Barrier, Vigor, that skill is not ready. Vigor 100%, that skill, Vigor 100%, Mother and Appos, that skill is not ready. Vigor 31%, Mother and Appos, Windy Mother and Appos, S Mother and Appos, that skill, Mother and Appos, S Chosen. Stormy Mother and Appos, that skill is not ready. Stormy Mother and Appos, S, that skill is not ready. Mother and Appos, that skill is not ready. Mother, that skill is not ready. Vigor 0%. Outlaw. Light Hand. Vigor 100%. Light Hand. Mother and Appos, that skill is not ready. Vigor 31%. Windy Mother and Appos, S Herald, Elite. Rihanna Reinforcement. Mother and Appos, Fiery Mother and Appos, S Light Hand, that's Mother and Appos, S Vigor 1, Cliff Lurker. Vigor, that skill is not ready. Vigor 96%, Light Hand. Mother and Appos, S Chosen, that skill is not ready. Vigor 42, that skill is not ready. Barrier, 93%. Vigor, Stormy Mother and Appos, Shivering Mother, that skill is not ready. Mother and Appos, S Herald, Mother and Appos, S Thundering Mother and Appos, S Bloodlitter, that skill is Mother and Thundering Mother and you are up. Barrier, Mother and Appos, S Chosen, Vigor, Mother and Appos, Light Hand. Vigor 30, that skill is not ready. Light Hand. Vigor 100%, that skill is not ready. Vigor 35%. Barrier, 14%. Barrier, 0%. Life 100%. Plague of... You are Mother and Appos, Rihanna Mother and Appos, S Plague of Error. Vigor, Mother and Appos, S Light Hand. Vigor 69%. That skill is not, that skill is not ready. Very, Scorch, Bloodthirsty Mother and Apple, Light Hand. Life 1, Mother, that skill is not, Mother and Appos, you are, Vigor, that skill is, Cliff Lurker. That skill is not ready. Light Hand, Mother and Appos, that's, Mother and Appos, Light Hand. Vigor 100, that skill is not ready. That skill is not ready. Vigor 31%. Barrier 5%. Light Hand. That Rihanna Reinforcement. Barrier 9. Light Hand. Vigor 20. Mother and Appos. That Sparking Mother and Appos. S Herald. Vigor 100%. Mother and Appos. S Vigor Shocking Mother and Appos. S Herald. Sparking Mother. That skill is not ready. Vigor 100%. That skill is not ready. Vigor 44%. Vigor Barrier. Mother and App. You are already at full life. Vigor 100%. Mother and Appos. Vigor. That skill is not ready. Mother and Appos. S Disciple. Vigor 65. That skill is not ready. Barrier 19%. Koron and Appos. S Descent. Winter Hunt. Plague of Error. That's Rihanna Reinforcement. Plague Werewolf. Outlaw. Dreadful Werewolf. You are Barrier 100%. Ward. Vigor 100. Ward. Vigor 100. Ward. Light Hand. That skill is not ready. Vigor 40%. That skill requires a chart. Bloodletter. Vigor 60. Bloodletter. Rihanna Reinforcement. Brave Winter Hunt. That skill is not. Brave Winter Hunt. Light Hand. Ward. Vigor 100. Winter Hunter. Vigor 100. That skill is not ready. Bloodletter. Vigor 0%. That skill is not ready. Winter Hunter. Vigor 63%. Soul Shot. Winter. Plague of Error. Barrier 93%. Outlaw. Vigor 100. Outlaw. Vigor. That skill is not Ward. Barrier 0. Vigor. That skill is not ready. Vigor 100. That's Plague of Air. Night Ward. Vigor 100. Nightmare Winter Hunter. Elite. Vigor 100%. Night Ward. Vigor 100%. Helkler Werewolf. Rihanna Ward. Vigor Ward. That skill is not ready. Vigor 68 Ward. That skill is not ready. Cliff Lurker. That skill is not ready. Cliff Lurker. Vigor Winter Hunter. Plague of Ward. Vigor 100%. Ward. Plague of Error. That skill is not ready. Vigor 31%. That skill is not ready. Plague of Error. Bloodletter. Tainted Winter Hunter. Vigor 100%. That skill is not ready. Vigor 40%. Stormy Winter Hunter. Vigor 100%. That Ward. Stormy Winter Hunter. Elite. Vigor 30. Cliff Lurker. Ward. Vigor 100%. Ward. Outlaw. Vigor 1. Light Hand. Vigor 4%. That's Winter Hunter. Vigor 50. Winter Hunter. Vigor Winter Hunter. Barrier 99%. Guardian and Appos. S Lair. Guardian and Appos. S Lair. Barrier 0% and LT. Find the Guardian and Appos. S Lair. Life not. You are up. That skill is not ready. And LT. Find and GT. That skill is not ready. Vigor 100. That skill is not ready. Vigor 100%. Mastery chest. Button action button. Vigor 4%. Vigor 25%. Barrier 18%. Up. Glove. Check. Up. Ring. Annie. Pull. Awaken. Warning. You have unspent. Character. Pain Skull. The tether status effect prevents enemies from walking out from inside of its radius. It can. Saragar. Barrier 0%. The Guardian and Appos. S Lair. World boss spawning soon in Fractured Peaks. And LT. KNGS and GT. Asshead 60. 259. And LT. Find and GT. Right shoulder. And Nico 60. 200 and LT. Character. Do and LT. VCs and GT. Vons. Bony Web. Juggernaut and Fell Soothsayer and Appos. S Spirit Quarter. 5. Sided. Blacksmith. Sidus. Salvage. Blacksmith. 5. Purveyor of Curiosities. Unable to sell. Ring of Writhing Moon purchased. 1,400. Blacksmith. Sidus. Salvage. Celine 60. 2. Purveyor of Curiosities. Unable to sell. Adroit Pants purchased. Fate Strike purchased. 275 Murmuring Obels. Blacksmith. Sidus. Salvage. 5. Purveyor of Curiosities. Unable to sell items to this vendor. Torment. Loyalty Attrition purchased. Tassets of the Dawning Sky purchased. 0 Murmuring Blacksmith. Sidus. Salvage. Old Blacksmith. Item risk. And LT. 5. And up. Neat. And LT. Character. Left. And LT. Drew. The pit. Drew. You initiated a vote. Vote to start the pit. Artificer and Appos. S Realm. Tier 125. Enabled. Disabled. 12. Directional pad left. Hold. To respond. Pull the pit. The pit. The pit. You initiated a vote. Vote to start the pit and LT, MK and GT, Baroque 60, Artificer and Appos, and LT, the pit. Bottom action button. Interact. Your Paragon levels are shared across all your characters in the same realm. Paragon points can be spent at Coron and Appos, and LT, Artificer and Appos, SREL and LT, VCs and GT, Von 60, 266.
Please do like, follow,
Slave Pit Guardian
and
Appos,
subscribe.
KNGS and GT, S-Head 60, 259.
Glass
And
Cannon.
LT, Find and GT, Jackie Alicious 60, 290.
Been working on this build for the last little bit now.
From the mastery timer.
Y'all enjoyed. Please do
And
like,
LT,
follow,
KNGS
and
GT,
subscribe.
S-Head
And if you
60,
please do,
259.
leave a like and a comment. Glass Cannon.
That skill requires a charge. Nangari Slicer, you are already at full life. Vigor Knight, that skill is not ready. Rihanna Reinforcement. Vigor, that skill is not ready. Vigor 100, that skill is not ready. Vigor 40%. That skill requires a charge to use. Barrier, 17%. Forest Bat, that skill is not ready. Vigor 0%. That skill requires a charge to use. Forest Bat. Vigor 50, that skill is not. Rihanna Reinforcement. Vigor 58, that skill requires a charge to use. Vigor 100, Soul Shot. Barrier, 93%. That skill requires a charged. Barrier, 18%. That skill requires. Vigor 0%. That skill requires a charge. Terror Stalker. Vigor 30, that skill is not ready. Barrier, 100, that skill is not ready. Vigor 100, that skill is not ready. Vigor 100, that skill is not ready. Vigor 56, Vigor set, Barry, Coron and Appos, Estimize. Vigor 99%. That skill that skill is not ready. Vigor 1, Vigor 1, that skill is not ready. Vigor 62%, Barrier 16%. Night Penitent, you are already at full. Vigor 1, that skill is Night Penitent. Vigor 0%. That skill is not Night Penitent. Vigor, that skill is not Rihanna Reinforcement. Vigor 24, Vigor 40, Artillery Shrine. Bottom action button. Interact. Vigor 87%. Night Penitent, you are already at full life. Vigor 100%. Vigor 100, that skill is not ready. Vigor 100%, that's the Guardian and Appos, S-Lair. Vigor 41 and LT, that skill requires a charge to use. Vigor 61%, and up, you are all, Barrier, 100%, and LT, VCs and GT, that skill is not ready. Vigor Awakened Blips, that skill is not ready. Vigor 50, Vigor 79%, Barrier, 2%. Weathered Brief, Awakened Glyphstone, warning. You have character, War, Barrier, 28%. Upon reaching level 15 as a druid, druidic spirit offerings will begin dropping from enemy. Saragar. Barrier, 0%. And LT, VC, Nico, and LT, that skill requires a charge to use. Character, Warlord Gauntlets of Pestilence. Ancestral. Blacksmith, Sidus. Salvage. And LT, Blacksmith.
Thank you for watching. Please do like, follow, and subscribe.
I got a friend down there now.
Vaughn, Brewery, initiated a vote. Vote to start the pit Artificer and Apo.